Hi guys! Today I'm cleaning my art desk, so I decided to share with you the cleaning of my watercolor palette. I thought that could be interesting for some of you, at least I hope that. And here you can see actually the final result of the cleaning. So, without further ado, let's get started! So, as I said, today I have to clean this desk and I have a lot of palettes. After the Winsor & Newton one that we are going to clean together, I have also to clean my gouache palette and my others watercolor palette. I'm trying to tidy up a little bit and prepare all my art supply. I will need the hand disinfectant, some water, the cotton swab, kitchen paper, some baby wipes, a brush. So I decided to clean together this palette. It's quite a long time since I last used it, and as you can see it's already clean in the mixing part because usually I clean it straight away after use, but all the pans are quite dirty. So first things, I just take off all the pans. Then I take my spray and I spray the water in all wells and all over the palette. And I start with the kitchen paper just to go in the wells individually. And I try to clean all the colors as much as I can. Some of the colors are very easy to clean actually because they don't stain, but some others are like a nightmare because they stain the wells and everywhere. So I also suggest you to have something underneath the area in which you clean your art supplies, just to avoid to stain also your desk. Now I proceed with the hand disinfectant, and always with the kitchen paper I go through every wells. And then with the cotton swab also I try to clean the corners of the palette, the mixing part and also the wells. I'm not actually the kind of person that want everything to be in pristine condition after that I clean. I don't care so much actually. For me the important thing is that the palette is hygienized and there aren't bacteria or molds growing up in my colors. So the cleaning routine is just to preserve my colors. Then I take the baby swabs and I go through all over the palette again and all the single wells. I'm also cleaning outside the palette because when I take it around with me I just put the palette everywhere actually. And now I start with the single pans. With the baby wipes, before I started clean all around the pan. And then here a tip, for the color that stain, actually I will use a rubber, because if you pass a rubber on top of the plastic that is stained, the color come off. And here I show you the results. That is quite good actually, because this blue stain a lot. And you can definitely see it also in the well of the palette. It requires actually some pressure with the rubber to take the color off, but I was very surprised by the result. This was a tip that was said to me by a friend, and here you can see the difference from the pen that I already cleaned and the one that I have to clean. It's pretty amazing actually, the final result. And now I try with the eraser to clean also the stain from the wells, but I have to say that was less impressed by the result. Probably because the plastic here is with a coat, a glossy coat on top, so it doesn't work very well, while the pen is more rough and the eraser works well. With cotton swab also I pass through all the edges of my pen. Now with the white also I have to clean the bottom part of the pen because the white was contaminated by other color. This is quite logical because white is the first color that I usually contaminate with other colors, and actually all the light colors have the same destiny in my palette usually. But now, with lighter color, like the yellow and the white, I proceed with the brush and I put the brush in water and I just take off the first layer of color, the one that was contaminated by other colors, so I can have my pan with just the original color, and that is very useful when I'm going to paint outside and mixing up the color to don't have any contamination, cross-contamination through different colors. Yellow was very contaminated by red and orange, so I had to do exactly the same thing here. But it turned out almost perfect. Now I proceed with the ochre and with baby wipes I swipe around. This is has a little contamination, a little drop that I take off with the brush, but it was quite in good condition. Also the green one, they didn't stain, so it was very easy to take off all the color. Different speech for the Viridian green that I have also to rub out in the pen because it was a little bit stained by the color, and also for this red. With the burnt sienna was quite easy because it's a color that don't stain. Also with the burnt umber actually was easy for the same exact reason. That's it, guys. As you can see, the palette is almost like new. It's very clean and it takes me like 15 minutes to clean it. This is something that I usually do once a month. I go through every palette, every art supply, and I try to clean it because, as I said, I want to preserve my color from molds and bacteria, and I want they to have a very long life, especially because as we know they are quite expensive, so I want to absolutely preserve them. And also I have to say that relaxes me a lot to take care of my art supplies, and this also let me to go through everything that I have, declutter something that I'm not using and give it to my friend, fellow artist, and also to rediscover something that I have in my drawer. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to don't miss any other content. See you next time. Moi moi!